All right. Let all heaven and earth be silent as Yah into his tabernacle. Let all heaven and earth be silent as Yahsahua into his tabernacle. Let Yah rise, enemies be scattered, and them that hate him must flee. Let Yah rise, enemies be scattered, and them that hate him must flee. Let Yah rise, enemies be scattered, and them that hate him must flee. Let Yah rise, enemies be scattered, and them that hate him must flee. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom. Let Yah rise, enemies be scattered, them that hate him must flee. Let Yah rise, enemies be scattered, and them that hate him must flee. Let Yah rise, enemies be scattered, and them that hate him must flee. Let Yah rise, enemies be scattered, them that hate him must flee. We will bless y'all this day on the Shabbat day. I want to definitely bring my pocket though. If we got to bring it ourselves, gonna bring it. Let's stand, give y'all the praise and go into the shofar. Welcome y'all into his house. Bless Yah. Praise him. Let's pray to Yah. And welcome y'all to his temple on the Shabbat day. Let us pray. Yahushua, we want to thank you again. I want to thank you, praise you, Yahushua. Again, I thank you for another Shabbat day, another blessed Barak week you've given us. And in the 6 days, you created the heavens and the earth. On the 7th day, you rested. 6 days we worked. On the 7th day, we rested because you said so. And you blessed this 6 days. I'm thankful for all that inspired these 6 days, everything that went through the 6 days. And I'm shocked, I'm overwhelmed. You blessed it, but now let's reverence your name today, sure. Let's come to praise you today. Let's come to seek your face today. Your face we seek in the house of Yah. Oh, Yah, you have made 6 days, created everything on the earth, the sun, the moon, the stars, the heavenly hosts. You created the fish of the seas, the fowls, the air, the beasts of the field, every creeping thing on the earth. Every year giving seed for meat for man, the vine and drink for man. Oh, sure, you created man and female in your own image, gave them the breath of life and made them living soul, Yeshua. You gave the atonement as Yeshua, as our atonement that cleanses from our sins. You made him, Yahushua, you made yourself a vessel. You may cleanse the whole world, rid of sin. You even created the evil one, Yeshua. Oh, Yeshua, for that day, Yeshua, that you may get rid of him. Oh, Yah, we want to thank you, Yeshua, for all you have done for us. We thank you for our mind. We want to thank you for the mind to come to worship. A lot of people out there doing their own thing, finding their own pleasure, speaking their own words. But we desire to honor you, Yeshua. Our delights in you, Yeshua. We want to honor you today, Yeshua. We ask you right now, if any sin in us, we ask you to forgive us right now. Any faults in us and shortcomings, any bitterness and wickedness, any evil things, evil things in our mouth that spoken, any perverse or evil thing out of our mouth that we shouldn't have. That you may come and rest with us, Yeshua. You can come and sup with us, Yeshua. You may come and visit us one by one, name by name. We pray this day, Yeshua. Blessed you, y'all, King of the universe, sanctifies with your word, and give Yahusha Mashiach commands be allowed to the world. Blessed you, y'all, King of the universe, sanctifies with your commandments like a Shabbat light. Let's say Elohim prayer together. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. You may be seated in the presence of Yahsahua. Welcome, my brothers and my sister. Shalom. Man, see y'all today. Glad y'all here, man. Me and Sister Sue had to start it off. I was itching for Shabbat. You know, don't feel good in the body. Mind don't feel good sometimes, but it is the Shabbat. It is the Shabbat. It is the Shabbat. And something is peaceful about this day. We're going to praise him today. There's something about this day anyway. My body might like it, my soul won't like it. We're going to make my soul like it. If you don't like it or not, we're going to praise y'all today. Y'all been good to us already. Oh, yes. Hallelujah. Again, our Bishop Ronolad Hairston Jr. I want to welcome to El-beth-el Sabbath-day-church. We're here at 118 Chaney Avenue, Jacksonville, North Carolina, 28540. The phone number is 910-388-5295. My phone number is 910-381-3056. Times of the services, we are at the beginning of the Shabbat, which we talked about. It is a beautiful beginning. I'm watching, man, pretty day today. Nice day today, but where's everybody at? One of the few that keeps the Shabbat. But we're going to be as obedient children today, even though it's a nice day. And the eagle don't flown. A lot of people got that paycheck and that pocket's itching, that wallet itching, that purse itching. They running doing their thing. But we're going to do our thing in the house of Yah by being obedient. So I'm just thankful that we can be here one more time to give him praise, give him honor, give him glory. He's worthy to be praised. He's worthy to be honored. His name is worthy to be spoken of. And I'm thankful. And here comes another hallelujah. High praises to Yah. Hallelujah. Welcome, welcome, Elder King, to the house of Yah. All right. The creed of the El-beth-el is Ephesians 4:5. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 20. How you doing, sir? Praise him, praise him, praise him. Get my hug real quick. Welcome, sir, to the house of Yah. I'm glad you're here. All right. Creed of the El-beth-el is Ephesians 4:5. We believe one Yah, one faith, one baptism. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 20. Our foundation is built upon the apostles and the prophets, Yahusha Mashiach. He is the chief cornerstone. And that's what the foundation that we believe on. The cornerstone that was rejected, that was Yahusha. We believe in that cornerstone. He is the foundation. He is one that keeps us and keep us going right now. You know, I'm glad y'all sent him for our atonement. I'm glad y'all came in him and reconciled the world back to him, to who we want to believe. And I thank him for all that he has for us. You know, he has not forsaken us. He has not leaving us. He's not going to leave us, the only ones that love him. You know, he's coming for his believers, his true loved ones, that love him, that want to follow and be obedient to his name's sake. So I'm thankful that in this house that we can learn and try to keep and try to do all of he asks us to do. And that's one thing, this fellowship on the Shabbat day. You know, each Shabbat, you know, as like you said, Yahusha said, as his custom. That is our custom. It's in us. Once you get the revelation, you know what I'm saying, that you get laid on, hold on it, come to it. Come to the Shabbat. I'm glad we're here today. I know one thing I can count on is being here on Shabbat day. And it's going to be in my mind, it's going to be in my soul, it's going to be in my spirit to be here. No matter what, how I feel. I know at least an hour, 2 hours. I know Brother Fabian speaking today, so I know I at least got 2 or 3 hours and some lessons today. So I can sit down, just to joke with you, bro. I know I can sit down and eat. Again, I am thankful for our teacher again, that Yahusha done blessed me with. Then, like I said, I listen to the sermons again. I can sit down and eat in the own house that y'all gave me oversee. I can sit down and feast, you know, feast amongst y'all and get the Dabarine. And so the Dabarine can fill my soul. The Dabarine can fill my mind. The Dabarine can keep me. The Dabarine can guide me. The Dabarine can direct me in the places I need to go. And the Dabarine is a source, you know, a guarantee for my soul. It heals my soul. And that's one thing I'm thankful for, is the Dabarine. All right, I want to pass this microphone around, so go on. And his brother Ismail, elder, I do have a Shabbat scripture. I read a pocket though, boy, and y'all just been speaking to me. So, and then I did get your text. I was pretty text today, sirens. I did get that. It's crazy. All right, Elder Key, you want to get this mic? Go ahead and bless the congregation and bless TV land.
Praise ye Yah.
Praise
May
ye.
everything on the shaman and the wrist. Praise Yah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
And they have breath. Praise ye Yah.
Trying to find a scripture.
Lord Yah, another Shabbat day for Yahusha. Yes, it's another Shabbat day in Babylon.
Babylon.
So, but it's good to see that we basically becoming like the four horsemen in here.
You got that
With
right.
this is Sue on the phone as well. But it's good to be a place where you can come fellowship and for Yah and give glory to Yah and build on each other, learn from each other, and I just want to thank Yah too, for having a place that you could have fellowship and come together and learn and whatnot, and I don't know why Yah brought me out here, but speculations only, but in Jacksonville, North Carolina, that don't. Yeah, but
Almost the pit of hell.
I mean, but y'all brought me down here for some reason, and met with brothers and Brother Ishmael right a few houses down, and he was able to come to the congregation. I was able to see Brother Ron, and Brother Ron already knew Brother King, obviously back in the day. So, but I just thank God for a place, sort of Brother Ron, challenged me, by asking me to say something, and that it gave me a light to show off the studying that I've been doing. So that's good, and sharpening my sword, so, even though I do know some things in the scripture, sometimes you get idle in the scripture, but it's good to be in a place where you can hone your skills, so to speak. That's why I say we like in special ed right now. This is a special ed crew. Y'all keep this small.
The small little bus going down the street.
Yeah, but the one thing, this is y'all bus, so this ain't, we ain't going to it.
It's y'all bus.
That's how I look at it, I guess, this is just a little place where we come to build and get special attention with God. So that's so all glory to God, and may this be a blessed Shabbat day. Barak Shabbat day. Shalom.
Shalom.
Glory be to Yah.
Glory to be Yah.
This day,
Hallelujah.
the start of His holy day. I'd like to read from Exodus chapter 31, verse 12 to 17.
Yes, sir.
All right. And Yah spoke unto Moshe, saying, Speak also unto the children of Israel, saying, Truly, my Shabbat ye shall guard, for it is a sign between me and you throughout your generations. Not generation, generations. Keep going till the end of time.
Keep going.
That ye may know that I am Yahuwah Mikudishikin. I hope I pronounced that right.
It's holy, baby. He said,
Ye shall guard the Shabbat, therefore, for it is holy unto you. Everyone that defies it shall surely be put to death. You're going to die if you don't respect the Shabbat. Whosoever does any work therein, that soul shall be cut off from among his people. 6 days may work be done, but on the seventh day it's a Shabbat of rest holy to Yahsahua. Whosoever does any work in the Shabbat, he shall surely be put to death.
Yes.
Them stones hurt too.
Yes.
You know? I'm glad that they're not doing it now. Now you just get a scolding. You hear me, TV land? You know? Where was I? Okay, shall surely be put to death. Wherefore the children of Israel shall guard the Shabbat to keep the Shabbat throughout their generations for all perpetual covenant. It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever. For 6 days Yahsahua made the heavens and the earth, and on the 7th day he rested and was refreshed.
Got one more.
Yeah, thank you. Rest in the weary bones.
You know, Brother Ishmael gonna be stoning people in the future, boy. You
More
got,
than stoning.
it's the shot. It's
I got a
the Shabbat.
sword at home, and it's sharp too.
He can't. Well, he love that scripture. Put you to death. But you know. He said that's his favorite scripture, Shabbat scripture, man. But now, you know, earlier today, you know that y'all know that video that I made about the hidden secret between Satan and Eve.
Right.
You know, I'm sure y'all familiar with it, but this elder sister, you know, I posted it everywhere, you know, just letting everybody know about it. But so, you know, y'all blessed me with this, you know, this elder sister hit me up, you know. I posted it again last month. She hit me up today. I don't know if she'd have seen the video, but she was like, you know, man, you know, this lesson, you know, really blessed me, and it's gonna make me, you know, critically think as I read the scriptures. You know, it challenged her just for not just reading it, just to read it, but like, oh, what's the context of this? You know, let me go into the history and read about this and get the full grasp of it.
Right.
And, you know, she was like, you know, just saying, you know, how it just opened her understanding more, and you know, and you know, it was a blessing. You know, I felt from y'all, because not just because it was anybody first, it was a female. And that video is hard on females. I ain't gonna say it. You gotta be a female that's looking for righteousness to watch that video, because you know that. Because if you're not a righteous woman, you're gonna get offended by that video, and it's you know,
lead you somewhere else.
Yeah, but if you're a righteous woman, you're gonna understand. You know, it's a warning to stay away from wicked people, wicked women. But you know, not only was that, it was double, because you know she's a woman and she was elder. You know, she had to be in her 70s.
Right.
You know, so I messaged back. You know, saying, told her, you know, thank you, you know, all glory to God. That was a blessing to me to see a sister and an elder sister, you know, get the word of God and respect it for what it was, and not get all into the emotions, but get the jewel out of it.
Yes.
And, you know, that was a blessing that y'all sent to me. You know that I took it as a blessing, nevertheless. But you know, it was honoring that it was an honor to have a sister and an elder sister, you know, respected and learn from it. So I just want to give a shout out to y'all for that too.
Yeah, I appreciate hearing that testimony. Great testimony right there. You know what I'm saying? 1 out of a million coming back and talking about that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
1 out of 1,000 coming and praising y'all for that. You know, and that's why I said, you know, or like you said, like what Yahusha said, where the other 9 at? You know what I'm saying? When they won, that was a Gentile. They came back and gave y'all the praise. And Yahusha said, where the other 9 back? Because the Gentile knew he couldn't go to the temple. He ran back and said, hey, he looked at it and said, hey. Came back and gave y'all the praise. The other one kept on running. Didn't give y'all the praise, just like this lady, this elder lady. I'm thankful that she got something, like one of the bishops told me, you know what I'm saying, just it's like eating fish, man. Just take the bones out, man. Eat them, just take the bones out. You know what I'm saying? What you don't like, just take the bones out and keep on eating, man. The good stuff, keep on eating. You know, and I'm thankful for that. All right, I'm going to read my little Shabbat scripture, then I'm going to turn the mic over to, you doing something tonight, right? Thank you. Let's make sure. You know what I'm saying? Even though y'all don't bless with a good week, it just progressed and got better and knocked some bills out the way. I was behind about $900, to tell you the truth. Some things that just didn't happen right. People ain't picking those things up, and out of the blue, man, Y'all just blessed with some work came in, and I'm catching up with some bills. I paid some bills, caught my car notes, cars I don't even drive, caught some things. And I just give praise to Yahsahua that the jobs came in like that. I didn't know they was coming in like that. They just came in, did the jobs, and I thank y'all for my little appointment this morning. I believe in Yahsahua that my percentage is going up, my VA, so I can do more things for Yahsahua. I believe in that. And just the things that inspire, and I still believe in things when I'm trying to get over to see Pastor Desiree. My heart and desire is just get over there, the Kush, and just get that out the way and see what's going on, set up a shop, and then come on back. My desire is for the house of y'all to still grow. My brothers still keep on coming, and new people come in and learn about Yahusha, because we know Yah is coming back, and don't know when he's coming back, but he's coming back soon. I just want to keep us prepared, mind stay focused, and don't let nothing get in the way of our eyes towards Yahsahua. Eyes looking to the hills which come our help. Our helps come from Yah, which made the shamarine and the ruts. All right, I want to share a couple of scriptures about the Shabbat real quick. Some things I'm reading. Finally I'm in the book of where I'm at, the book of Jubilee now. I've been reading. I'm still trying to get on and try to hurry up so I can get in, so I can get back in the regular Tanakh. Like I said, I try to read these once a year, but I'm glad right now. And I was reading this the other night again in the book of Jubilee, chapter 2. Verse 1. I'm just going to be skipping some things. Chapter 2, let's go to verse 9. And Yah appointed the sun to be a great sign on the earth for days, and for the Shabbat, and for months, and for feasts, and for years, and for Shabbat of years, and for jubilees, and for all seasons of the years. Yah appointed the sun to be a great sign on the earth for days and for Shabbats. I like that, for days and Shabbats. Verse 10, and he divided the light from the darkness and for prosperity, that all things may prosper which shoot and grow on the earth. Verse 18, and all the angels of the presence and all the Melechis of the sanctification, these two great classes he had bidden us to keep the Shabbat with him in Shamarine and on earth. When I read that, that's what I'm going to talk about. They don't teach y'all. They don't teach people. Well, we know Sunday churches don't teach it. Pastors don't teach it. But you don't hear this too on Shabbat either. And that's what y'all was telling me about this. All the Melechis of the presence and all the Melechis of the sanctification, these two great classes, he had bidden us to keep the Shabbat with him in Shamarine and on earth. Shamarine and on earth. The Melechis. We are keeping Shabbat with the Melechis, with the angels. He says Shamarine and earth. So not just keeping Shabbat is just for the earth, not just for us. Shabbat is for the Shamarine, with the heavens. Melechis are keeping the Shabbat. And we ain't no greater. We're a little lower than Melech. That's what I wanted to point out. And I'm going to read this tomorrow on Shabbat again. But I like to how y'all was dealing with me. I was reading this kind of like 2 days ago, last night. He says, keep the Shabbat with him. Who's with him? That's what Yah. With him in the Shamarine on earth and the rest. And he said unto us, behold, I will separate unto myself a people from among all the people, and these shall keep the Shabbat day. And I will sanctify them to myself as my people. And I will bless them as I have sanctified the Shabbat day, and do sanctify it unto myself, and to myself. Who's myself? Talking about Yah. He said to myself. I have a people to myself, and I have a sanctified day to myself. Yah is selfish, but Yah can be selfish. Yahweh is self-centered. Yahweh can be self-centered all he wants to. He talk about myself. I love when he talk about myself. Yah. Talk about myself. I got a people to myself. We're his. We are his people. Separated people. Myself. Man, we already know we are chosen. We already know we are peculiar. We already know we are his. Royalty. We are royal people. Born of Yahsahua blood. We are children of Judah. We are his children. Seed of Abraham. We are his children. People himself. I like what he says there. And I have chosen the seed of your code for amongst all that I have seen. And I have written down on at my firstborn son, and have sanctified him unto myself. Here we go to myself again. Forever and ever. And I will teach them the Shabbat day. He says, I will teach them the Shabbat day. With no busha. He said, I. Now I is Yah. Them the Shabbat day. They may keep the Shabbat thereon for all works. From all works. And thus he created therein a sign in accordance with which they should keep Shabbat with us on the seventh day, to eat and to drink and to bless him, who has created all things, as he has blessed and sanctified unto himself again, a peculiar people above all people, and that they should keep the Shabbat together with us. Talk about with us, together. With the, who's with us? Yahsahua and the Melechis. With us. They don't talk about that. Yah is way before us on this one. Verse 24, and this Jacob and his seed was granted, that they shall always be the blessed and Kaddish ones of the first testimony and laws, even as he has sanctified and blessed the Shabbat day on the seventh day. He created the Shamarine and ruts and everything that he created in 6 days, and Yah made the seventh day Kaddish for all his works. Therefore he commanded on its behalf that whoever do any work thereon shall die, and that he who defile it shall surely die. Verse 27, and whoever profane it shall surely die. Profane it, talk bad about it. Profane it. Whoever shall profane it shall surely die. And those people talking about Shabbat, they're profaning it. They're speaking evil, especially the Sunday ones. I'm calling them the Sunday ones. Is that right, Elder King? I got you laughing again. I know I get you laughing again, Elder King. I call them the Sunday ones. They profane it. Profane it. See where we at. Verse 27, children shall observe this day throughout the generation to be root out of the land for this day and this blessed day. And everyone who preserve it to keep Shabbat therein for all his work will it be holy and blessed throughout the days like unto us. Declaring, saying to the children of Israel that the law of this day both that they should keep the Shabbat thereon, that they should not forsake it in error of their hearts. They should not forsake it in the error of their heart, and that it is not lawful to do any work thereon which is unseemly to do thereon their own pleasure, and that they should not prepare thereon anything to be eaten or drunk, and that it is not lawful to draw water or bring and to take out thereon through their gates and burdens, what they had not prepared for themselves on the 6th day in their dwelling. And they shall not bring it nor take out from house to house on that day, for that day is more Kaddish and blessed than any Jubilee day or Jubilees. That, I didn't see it like that. Verse 30, and they should not bring it nor take out from house to house on that day. So if you didn't make no food, man, the mother cannot bring you no food to you because you were so lazy and didn't make anything that day from house to house. You might take your butt over there and eat. Shabbat day. And for that day is more Kaddish and blessed than any Jubilee day. And y'all know the Jubilee days are every 50 days, every 50 year. 50 years a Jubilee day. On that Jubilee, that means everything was free. On that we keep Shabbat. It says, and on this we kept Shabbat in the Shabbat before it was made known to any flesh to keep the Shabbat there on earth. And there you go. Verse 30. On this we kept Shabbat in the Shabbat before it was made known to any flesh to keep the Shabbat there on the earth. Before any flesh. Before Adam and Eve. Before Adam and Eve, they was keeping the Shabbat day. Before Adam and Eve. So I don't want anybody to tell me any no more. Shabbat came from Moses and them. We already know it. We already know Enoch was teaching on Shabbat anyway. We already know that. Enoch, it showed that, and I read too. Enoch was the first one, man, to get all the knowledge, and I started writing all the knowledge down. I just learned that. All the times I don't read it. I learned this about this time going through the Apocrypha. Enoch was the first one to start writing down the circuits, to start writing down the moons going up and down, and the testimonies and everything else. Write things down. Enoch was. But I like that where it just said that. It says right there, the heavens before it was made. Verse 31, it's the last couple of scriptures. And the creator of all things blessed it, but he did not sanctify all people and nations to keep the Shabbat thereon. And the creator of all things blessed it, but he did not sanctify all people and nations to keep the Shabbat thereon, but Yahsahua alone. Them alone he permitted to eat and drink and to keep the Shabbat thereon on the earth. Now everybody didn't get this privilege, except us. Think about it. Now everybody don't have to keep it. If you're a stranger, we read in Yahsahua, you're blessed. Strangers do it, but it's for us. And the creator of all things blessed this day which he had created for blessing and Kodesh and glory above all days. This is a law and testimony we given to the children of Yahsahua as a law forever unto their generations. All right, I just want to read that today. Every time I read, man, I get so much stuff out of it, man. When I time to preach, because y'all straight be kneeling in my head. All right, we're gonna bring up my brother Fabian. So you come on. I'm not trying to be long. Come on, sir. You're gonna get ready. Do what you got to do. Come on. I'm ready for you. Ready to hear what you got to say today. I love it, because I don't know. That's why I said I don't be talking to you, and I don't know what's in your mind. But I know when you get on that pulpit, it's coming forth. I am thankful. We have my brother Fabian coming out of the house at El-beth-el. We got y'all people in the house. And again, I'm thankful for what y'all is doing. And I'm thankful for Shabbat. I'm thankful now my body feels better, my mind feels better. You stay for a couple of minutes, 30 minutes a year on a Shabbat day. Don't you start feeling good and feeling loose and getting a peaceful mind. Even though all week long, man, you grudging. And you grudge because you come up in here. That's your flesh. Your soul like, please, 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 come on, come on. And you know your flesh is bickering and fighting and arguing with yourself. But when you stay here for about 15 to 20 minutes, about 30 minutes, and you start praising y'all, and you with your brothers, and you start sharing some scriptures and your testimonies, that's why I got y'all to speak on the beginning of Shabbat. To loosen up. And I'm thankful, 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 thankful. I know one thing, put some air in this place. I was trying to hold it out. Trying to get the electricity bill down. But we got to get some air up this place. We got speak to all, show to all, talk to all. We got Brother Fabian. You ready, sir? Sure. All right. Shalom.
Today we're going to be talking about there's a thing that Yahsahua was a carpenter. I think a lot of people, but it's not about that, but you know, it's just cleared up. But a lot of people think Yahsahua was a carpenter, and because Joseph was a carpenter. But you know, I ain't never heard Yahsahua talking about making tables or nothing like that in scripture. You know, but a lot of people, you know, think that. I think that's mainly in the Christian church. I never really heard it anywhere else, but I just heard it there. But But you know, his real thing was gardening. That's what it was all about. That's what they was talking. Yah was talking about gardening. You know, that's the main trade of Yahusha is gardening. And we're gonna touch on this in the scriptures, but it's for a purpose, and because it's just like with anything, you know, a relationship, a marriage, raising your children, you know, it's like a garden. You know, the more you put in it, take care of the soil, water it, trim the weeds. When you see the weeds, get them out there, get the pest out of it. You know, you're gonna see your marriage, your whatever is going to grow. It's going to be fruitful. That's why the scripture say be fruitful. See, it's always these gardening terms: be fruitful and multiply. You know, so we're gonna be talking about that and some parables about that and whatnot. And at the end of it, we're gonna go into the book of Enoch and talk about why Yah is gonna be funny and why Yah is big on smells. You know, that's why, you know, I'm sure when Yahusha was here, he dreaded it because this place stinks. You know, we don't know how bad it stinks, but you know, when you come from heaven to here, you know, this and when we read about what's in, you know, the heavenly kingdom and what's gonna be in the garden, the new garden, you're gonna realize, man, this place it stinks. I mean, it stinks bad. I mean, like there's nothing you can do. I mean, bad. It stinks bad. But so glory to God, and may the lesson go out in the word and the spirit. First, we're going to go to Genesis 2:18. Genesis 8, verse 8 to 18.
Chapter 2?
Yeah, Genesis chapter 2, verse 8 to 18. So 8 to 18. This is the garden. I said chapter 2, right?
Yeah.
Chapter 2 and 8 to 18. Yeah, I meant chapter 2, 8 to 18. Alright, it reads, And Yah planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he formed, and out of the ground made Yah to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food, the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from thence it was parted and became into 4 heads. So, you know, and you're starting to see, you know, God got everything. It's a self-operating ecosystem. But I'm going to put the tree right here. I'm going to put the river right here. So the water is going to get watered. Everything's just flowing. When y'all get done with it, it's self-sufficient. You know what I'm saying? And that's how, you know, that's another thing about when you take care of your garden, you work it out, like a marriage or relationship, it's going to be self-sufficient when you set everything up the right way, you know. But verse 11, the name of the first is Payson, that is which compassed the whole land of Halavea, where there is gold. So anybody wants some gold, you know, that's where it's at. And I know you know they went here. You know they went here. You know they went here. 13. And the gold of that land is good. There is bdellium and oxen stone. And the name of the second river is Gihon. The same is that compassed the whole land of Ethiopia. And the name of the third river is Hiddiko, that is which goeth towards the east of Assyria. And the fourth river is Euphrates. And Yah took the man and put him into the garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. So even though it's self-sufficient, you know, the man was put here to make sure, you know, anything that needs to be addressed, y'all got somebody in his garden that can address it. You know, so the first job was a gardener. The first job on the earth, your job was gardener. 16. And Yah commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat, but of the tree of knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it, for in the day that thou eatest, therefore thou shalt surely die. And Yah said, it is not good that man should be alone, making him help me. But how did the first downfall happen? It happened in the garden. Look at that, that came to me right there. I was going to get background on the gardening and whatnot, how Yah's big on gardening. Genesis 3, verse 1 to 7. Okay. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yah hath made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath Yah said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Yah hath said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die. The first lie. At least on here, I'm sure, Louis was up in that line, but the first lie on earth, what happened in the garden. 5, for Yah doeth know that in that day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, so Eve been looking at this tree for a while in the garden anyway, but because we're gonna talk about go into the depths of the tree and Enoch, how beautiful it was. This wasn't just something that you just don't walk by and don't catch your eye, like something beautiful. It's gonna catch your eye. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. So they went to the tree, a very beautiful tree, but it was off limits in Yah's garden. So, and now we're going to go to some parables about gardening, how Yah is very big on gardening. So we understand that the first job he ever gave somebody was a gardening job, and it was to take care of the garden. So, in verse, we're going to go to the next section, so just give me some background on the gardening. Psalms 1 to 3. Psalms 1 to 3. Alright. Let's talk about the righteous. I'm going to speak a few parables on this. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinners. That's what Brother Ron be talking about, touching another person, not touching another person's sin and whatnot. Nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful, but his delight is in the law of Yah, and in his law doeth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. There we go with this gardening. So it's going to be, again, this is about gardening, and we're going to touch on a lot of precepts on that, then get to the next part of the lesson. Genesis 32 and 12. Genesis 32 and 12. 32 and 12. And thou saidest, I will surely do thee good, and make thy seed There we go, talking about the gardening. So right now, Yah is gardening, and he's basically planting righteous man. And he's talking to Abraham. I'm going to do something in your garden. Seed as the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered, for multitude. That was just that verse right there. We'll go to Matthew 13. So man is like Yah's garden right now. And we're going to talk about, how Yah is plucking man and, pricking them, pruning them. Can I get some fruit out of you? Or are you just a dry tree that I got to cut down? So you want to be a fruitful seed. So it's going to be Matthew 13. Matthew 13, going to read the whole chapter of that one. Or at least 2, 9 probably. Okay, verse 13. The same day when Yahusha, the same day went Yahusha out of the house and sat by the seaside, and great multitudes were gathered together unto him, so that he went into a ship and sat, and the whole multitude stood on the shore, and he spake many things upon them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow, and when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up. So, and that's just, the quick, like we was talking about the other day, I was talking about Jezebel. How Jezebel, you tell somebody who got a Jezebel spirit on them, hey, Jesus' name is Yahusha. Oh, that's crazy, you stupid, and they picking up it right there. You got devoured right there. You don't want to take it to another step. So, these are the rules of gardening, Okay, fowls came and devoured them. Verse 5, some fell upon stony places, where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up, but because they had no depthness of the earth. And this is the rules about gardening. So you want to know when you're gardening where to guard. Are you going to guard where people are not going to respect the seed? Are you planting among swine that they're not going to respect it, they're not going to take care of it? Or are you planting in unfruitful people? Are you in a strip club right now, giving the word to Passion, and while she's doing her matters, it is not springing up. So you gotta know when and how to plant. And it might not be the right time for you to plant. Verse 6. And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no roots, they withered away. And you got Big Tommy over there. He just got paid, and as the brothers say, they got the eagle flying. Passion, she looked at you and looked at him. The sun came up with that money, and that scorched your words. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it wasn't a fruitful place to time to be doing that. 7. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. And that's a bad one right there. 8. But others fell into good ground and brought forth fruit, some 100-fold, and some 60-fold, some 30-fold. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear. And you want to know when you're in your gardening, when you're going out and reaping, that's another thing. God wants you to do what? He wants you to reap. You reap in a garden. You plant and you reap what you sow. So you want to make sure you're taking hold of verse 8 and knowing where you're planting. You want to, is this person is fruitful? Some people, that's about knowing the wheat and tares, and am I casting my pearls before swine? You don't want to waste your seed, because you only got so much seed, and that could be in the form of patience. You don't want to give all your seeds of patience to somebody who's just going to pour it out, man. You done spent 90% of your patience here, and you mad when you leave, and you done meet a fruitful ground that you could have put that patience to, and now you ain't got no more seeds of patience. You know what I'm saying? You got 10%. They gonna ask for one stupid question, and people do ask, or something that's gonna annoy you, get on your nerve, and you go, now because you spent all your time trying to hit this messed up, dirty, clay ground, you gotta make sure. We're gonna go to Luke 13, Luke chapter 13, verse 10 to 14. 13, 10 to 14. And this is comforting things too, because this is Luke 13, verse 10 to 14. Because we all planters, at the end of the day, we're reaping, you're taking care of people. You knowing when to water and when not to water, when to give somebody a little bit of light and give them a little, hey, why don't you rest tonight, you know what I'm saying? So have the mindset of a gardener, like Yahsahua, 10 and 14. 13, 10, 14. Okay. And he was teaching in one of the synagogues on the Sabbath. And behold, there was a woman which had a spirit of infirmity 18 years, and was bound together, and could no wise lift up herself. And when Yahsahua saw her, he called her to him, and said unto her, Woman, thou art loose from thine infirmity. And he laid hands on her, and immediately saw she was made straight, and glorified Yah. Verse 14. And the ruler of the synagogue answered with indignation, because that Yahsahua had healed on the Shabbat day, and said unto the people, There are 6 days in which man ought to work, and them therefore come and be healed, and not on the Sabbath day. Is that the right one?
Yeah.
Mustard seed. No, that wasn't it.
Which one? Green mustard seed?
It's the next page. Oh, it's the next one over. But that was the background of it, so I just keep it going anyway. The mustard seed. 18. Then said he unto what is the kingdom of Yah like, and whereunto shall I resemble it? Now, if you know anything about a mustard seed is the smallest seed possible. Ain't no smaller seed than a mustard seed. And and we all know about the faith about the mustard seed, but let me read this first, and I'll talk about that. 19. So the king, 18. Then said he unto what is the kingdom of Yah like, and whereunto shall I resemble it? 19. It is like a grain of mustard seed, which a man took and cast into his garden, and it grew, and waxed great tree, and fowls of the air are lodged in the branches of the tree. Okay, now we know about the mustard seed, and y'all know about the parable. Just have a grain of faith. This is a mustard seed, and Yahsahua just didn't say these particular seeds just for any old reason. It's not like he said if you just have the faith of a watermelon seed or a pineapple seed or whatever. He said a mustard seed because he's a gardener. He knows about seeds and whatnot and what's going to happen. And the mustard seed is the smallest seed that is available, but it is the largest herb tree out of all the herbs. So he knows what he's talking about, and he's basically just saying, if you can just have the smallest amount, if I can just work with you just a little bit, let me work with you, I can make you the biggest and the best. Because we know the end goal plan is for Yah and Yahsahua to make you the biggest and best that you are, to purge out of all the other stuff, to root all the weeds out, and to make you flourish. So that's why he's bringing up the mustard seed. He wants you to flourish, not just be a little plant, flourish. The gardener know what he's talking about. Isaiah, and then we're going to go to, stay in Luke, but what is the other one? One second. I think I wrote this down wrong. 2013. That's 6. Yeah, let's go to Isaiah 5, chapter 5, and 1 to 8. Isaiah chapter 5, 1 to 8. And we're gonna build the background because of this. You're gonna be amazed how much all this gonna add up at the end. You're gonna be like, wow. Okay, 5 Isaiah 5 1 to 8. 1 to 8. Now I will sing to my well-beloved a song of my beloved touching his vineyard. My well-beloved hath a vineyard in a very fruitful hill, and he fenced it and gathered out the stones thereof. So meaning he worked the ground. He got all the rocky stone out, and now it's just workable soil right there. And planted it with the choicest vines, and built a tower in the midst of it. So Yahusha is taking his time in there, and it's going to be a point at the end of this when we get to about verse 8. But this is just showing you Yah is working this. He's trying to make it something. Okay, tower in the midst of it, and also made a wine press therein. And he looked that it should bring forth grapes, and it brought forth wild grapes. So something went wrong here. Yah planted something, and it was supposed to be beautiful, domesticated grapes. It wasn't supposed to be wild grapes. You don't want wild grapes. Nothing wild in the garden. When you put something wild in the garden, it's going to be bad. So this is what Yah is saying, hey, something wrong here. And now, O inhabitants of Jerusalem, and if you don't know by now, the garden is Zion, and man of Judah, judge, I pray you, betwixt me and my vineyard. What could have been done more to my vineyard? This is Yah talking to Zion. What more could I have done for you? Now we're just talking about parables here, but it's not a specific point. But this particular message is Yah is almost pleading with them. What more could I have done to you? I put you in the best schools. I gave you the best clothes. I gave you the best food. What more could I have done to you? Or are you just a wild grape tree? Okay, what could have been done more to my vineyard that I have not done in it? Wherefore, when I looked that it should bring forth grapes, brought it forth wild grapes. And now go to, I will tell you what I will do to my vineyard. I will take away the hedge thereof, and it shall be eaten up, and break down the wall thereof, and it shall be trodden down, and I will lay it waste. It shall not be pruned nor dug, but there shall come up barrens and thorns. I will also command the clouds that they rain no rain upon it. For the vineyard of Yah of hosts is the house of Zion, Israel, and the man of Judah, his pleasant plants. Not only are you, all this the chosen people, the apple of Yah eye, the flock of Yah, you are his choice. This is Zion, his choice garden. No other garden on the planet Earth is his choice. When he want to go see the special fruit, the good wine, he go over there. Let me see how fruitful mine is. That's why, you want to do as much as you can to please and be in Yah, because not only did he plant you and work you, you are Zion is his choice. If a horse could understand that this is the prize horse, that's a little happy. You get they put the little thing on them and prance them around. You get people taking pictures of them. Look at it, it's beautiful, ain't it? So it's a good thing to feel that Yah chose Zion to do this marvelous thing. Just like in verse 4, he said, "What could have been done more to my vineyard?" A lot of other nations aren't hearing that, not because Yah is evil or wicked, is because he chose this particular garden to do marvelous things in, and it's a blessing and a gift that anybody who's in Zion